Here's the important part. It's not too late, but you do need to stop panicking and start moving. Stay until the end, because the last two strategies are the ones most people ignore, and they can make a massive difference. First, you are not alone. A 2024 AARP survey found that 1 in 5 Americans over 50 has zero retirement savings, and most worry they won't have enough to retire comfortably. The difference between people who recover and people who don't is simple. The people who recover take action now. Before numbers, let's talk mindset. Many people in their 50s look at retirement calculators, see how far behind they are, and freeze. That's the most expensive mistake you can make. Your 50s are often your peak earning years. The kids may be grown, the mortgage may be lower. For the first time in years, you may actually have room to redirect money. The runway is shorter, but it's still real. 10 focused years can completely change your future. Step 1. Know your numbers. Write down your income, expenses, and debts. Most people discover hundreds of dollars per month disappearing into subscriptions, dining out, or impulse spending. Redirecting even $500 a month into investments over 10 years can become a meaningful nest egg. And if you have high-interest credit card debt, attack it aggressively. A 25% interest rate destroys wealth. Eliminating a $500 debt payment is like giving yourself a $500 raise. Now let's talk retirement accounts. If you're over 50, the IRS allows catch-up contributions. In 2026, you can contribute up to $32,500 to a 401k, including catch-up amounts. Some people between ages 60 and 63 may qualify for even higher super catch-up contributions under Secure 2.0. You can also contribute to an IRA, and if your employer offers a 401k match, take every dollar of it. That's free money. Next, increase income. Cutting expenses helps, but increasing income changes the game. Consulting, freelance work, weekend gigs, teaching a skill, or asking for a raise can accelerate savings dramatically. Extra income can also increase your future Social Security benefit, since benefits are based on your highest earning years. Speaking of Social Security, this is one of the biggest overlooked strategies. You can claim benefits at 62, but every year you delay increases your monthly payment. Waiting until 70 can mean roughly 76% more income compared to claiming early. For many people, that difference is life-changing. Another overlooked asset, your home. Downsizing, relocating to a lower-cost area, or renting part of your home can unlock significant money for retirement. That's not failure, it's strategy. And at this stage, guessing is expensive. A fee-only financial advisor can help you reduce taxes, optimize Social Security timing, and create a realistic retirement plan. Now let's be honest, some people may still rely heavily on Social Security. The average benefit is around $1,900 a month. That requires careful planning, keeping housing costs low, staying healthy, and possibly working part-time. But millions of Americans make it work. Most importantly, stop carrying shame about where you are financially. Your situation does not define your worth. The fact that you're here, learning and taking action, already matters. So, here's the plan. Know your numbers. Eliminate high-interest debt. Max out retirement accounts and catch-up contributions. Increase your income. Delay Social Security if possible. Use your home strategically. Talk to a fee-only advisor. You have more time than you think, but the key is starting now. If this video helped, like and subscribe for practical financial strategies without the fluff. And comment below, what's your biggest retirement challenge right now?